Dear students, today we can study about verbs in English. Now, let us talk about two types of verbs, that is auxiliaries and modals. What is an auxiliary verbs and what is an modals and what is the function? You can just go through. First, the auxiliary verb. Auxiliary means help. The auxiliary verbs often called helping verb. And it's shortly we can say what or which are the auxiliary verb. The form of be, do, have. First, we can consider form of be. Form of be, am, is, are, was, were. These are the form of be. And form of do, does, did, then have, and it is form have, has, had. You look at form of be, am, is, are in present tense, was, were in plural form. Here are is, was, were is past tense, and are, were are the plural form. Now, do form do, does, present, did in past form, have, has in present, had in past tense. Now, let us check the definition of auxiliary verb. Look at the definition. The form of be, have, and do when used with ordinary verbs to make tenses. Passive voice, questions, and negatives are called auxiliary verbs and auxiliaries. Let us check the definition. The form of be, have, and do when used with ordinary verbs to make tenses. Passive voice, question, and negatives. And these are the main function of auxiliary verbs. It is used with ordinary verbs to make tenses, passive voices, and question and negatives are called auxiliary verbs. So it is called the helping verb. Auxiliary means helping. And the structural functions of auxiliaries. Auxiliaries have a very important part in the formation questions and negatives. To make question, we put an auxiliary in front of the subject. To make a sentence negative, we put not immediately after an auxiliary verb. We just notice here the structural function of auxiliaries where we use auxiliary. They have a very important part in the formation of question and negatives. To make a question, we put auxiliary in front of the subject. To make a sentence negative, we put not immediately after an auxiliary. Let us check the examples. She is a student. He has gone. Look at the first example. She is a student. Here is act as a main verb here, and it is a sentence or command. Now just check the next two example. We put the auxiliary verb is before the subject she. Is she a student? We change the statement to a question to interchange the auxiliary verb is before the subject. Now the second one, he has gone, and here has is main verb. Then we put has before the subject he. Has he gone? And make a question. You can look at the first sentence. She is not a student. We put not immediately after the auxiliary verb is, then it make negative sentence, and the same case in the second one. After has we put not, then it change as negative sentence. Be and have are used with ordinary verbs to form tenses. How can we make tenses using the model with ordinary verbs? Now the ordinary verbs, for example, work, teach, write, like this. Look, the first example, they are videoing the program. We use the auxiliary verb are before the main verb videoing, and it give a tense as present continuous. The sentence became present continuous. Now the next second example, she was watching the news at that time. Before the main verb watching, we use was as auxiliary, and it change, and it the sentence make as past continuous. That sentence, he has repaired the computer. The auxiliary verb has used before the main verb repaired, and the sentence has present perfect. Be is used to make passive form. For example, German is spoken in Austria. Form of be is spoken, he is spoken. Before the main verb is act as a passive form. This house was built in 1982. Here, built, main verb built, we use be, form of be was before the main verb built, and the tense and the sentence, like sentence change to passive form, and the sentence denote the passive form. Now, do is used to form questions and negative in the simple present and simple past tense. The use of do. Do is used to form questions and negatives in the simple present and simple past tense. Let us check example. They sell TV sets. It's a statement in present tense. They sell TV sets. And we add do as a question. The auxiliary verb do. Here do does. They sell TV sets. This change the statement, change as question with the help of auxiliary verb do. Then second sentence, they do not sell TV sets, is negative sentence in present tense. Then she teaches maths. It is a statement in present tense. Does she teach maths? The auxiliary verb does. Change this as a question in present tense. She does not teach maths. The statement change with does not as negative sentence. Third sentence, he played well. the statement in simple past. Did he play it well? We use the past form of do. Did he play it? Did he play it well? Now it is changed to question in past, simple past. He did not play it well. Did not. Did not. Modal auxiliary did. Let's not change the positive sentence to negative sentence.